location, the blue Protoss player Minigun from Team Complexity. His opponent at the 6 o'clock, it's the purple Terran player aLive from Team Fnatic RC. And promise, can Minigun come back? Can he do it here? There's only one answer. There's only one answer to that question.
Oh my God! Come on.
Do you have faith?
As much as I love Minigun,
in Chad Mother Effin Jones?
I do have faith in Minigun.
There we go.
Chad Mother Effin Jones.
Yeah, man.
I think he's gonna. Wow, man, you're making this really hard on me right now. I don't know what to say. He's down 2 games. aLive is on the run, man. He just needs one more game,
and he got this. You can go for a politically correct answer. That's fine.
No, you only gave me one word, so I'm gonna stick with this. Right. I will answer in one word, and I will say yes. He will win.
Wow.
Actually, that's 3 words. Yes.
For Minigun, right? For Minigun?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
You got this.
It's going to be so... It's going to be so...
It's going to be hard, but I think
God,
he can do it, man. You got this. I believe in Minigun.
All right. Does he believe in himself? Does the chat believe in Minigun, or does the chat want aLive?
Man, there's a lot of Minigun fans in the chat, I will say. They're rooting for their boy, and he can do this.
We'll see. We'll see. Again, he's got a lot of work to do. A gas opening from aLive. There we go. That's a little bit. I mean, he did that in the last game. I'm trying to... Like, it was pretty effective last game. He was able to do a lot of economic damage. Able to kill plenty of units early on in that game. Minigun going to scout this gas. And I wonder what he's going to do differently, because... he scouted the gas last game, saw nothing about Marines, so he felt safe to delay his gateways a little bit, get that Nexus up a little bit earlier. But now he's going to see that gas, I think. Yeah, he did see it. So I'm wondering, does he play a little bit more safe? Like some Protoss players are even getting a couple gateways before expanding. But as of right now, standard play from Minigun, and I'm wondering what aLive's plan is.
Well, Minigun's actually going to steal the gas from aLive. That's cool. I guess sort of like he did on Shakuris. But yeah, man, aLive, what he did that was really impressive last game is he went for the gas opening, and Minigun scouted the reactor. That's all Minigun saw. He didn't see a second gas. He didn't see any other additional barracks. Yep. And what aLive did that was so smart is he only showed Marines. So it could have been like a starport. It could have been a factory. It could have been like siege tanks, man. It could have been a lot of things. But behind that, he actually went for 2 racks pressure, which worked out well in his favor. But let's go ahead and talk about this game. Minigun taking the gas again. It looks like aLive going to try to work on that. Getting a reactor again on the barracks. Is this going to be a additional barracks being added? No, it's actually going to be command center. So it looks like it's going to be a very marine heavy expansion reactor. Barracks expand for aLive. And look back at the headquarters of Minigun, the guy that is about to win this match. I guarantee you, he's actually getting a Zealot. And this is again really smart, you know, for Minigun. A lot of players open up with the Stalker, but he's not afraid to open up with Zealot, getting a Stalker, getting even a 3rd Stalker before an expansion. And this is a little bit of aggression here from Minigun. I really, really like this decision.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he does behind this. Adding on another Stalker. So yeah, man, he's getting a lot of early Stalkers here, and that's the thing. In PvT, if you invest in a lot of Stalkers, you kind of have to do damage to them. So right now, you know, just going to try to get a gauge of the unit composition of his opponent. Should poke up the ramp with that Zealot to see what he has to go up against, and he might do that once the Stalker arrives. And there's no bunker here, so Minigun could potentially kite a lot here, and aLive's only going to have Marines against Stalkers and no bunker. If Minigun can control this perfectly, this could be really good for him.
Yeah, the thing is behind this, aLive, it looks like he's going to add additional barracks. The command center is almost near completion here for aLive. And Minigun expanding, so this is a little bit of a variation. He got more units on the map in case aLive was going to be aggressive. He's now going to throw down the expansion, going to add additional gateways, 2 and 3. And second gas also has been thrown down for Minigun. So this is looking a little bit closer to the game we saw on, I believe, MLG Antigua Shipyard, where Minigun was able to sort of establish his early game, push it to the mid game, and overall win it late game. So he's not afraid to go against aLive once it goes to that late game composition. But the command center now finished for aLive. Is he going to float it over? Yes, he is. Just as I see that he is going to lift it. And a few add-ons actually going to get added. It looks like it's going to be a tech lab for Stim, as well as another tech lab, which is soon to complete here for aLive.
Yeah, SCV being so annoying. The best Terran players, you'll always see them get an SCV inside their opponent's base, pretty much like every 4 minutes or so, just to make absolutely sure they're going on. Of course, you don't want to waste a scan, so you send an SCV there instead, and you know, aLive getting a lot of scouting information there. Now coming forward with a lot of Marines here. Minigun backing away with that Stalker, doesn't want to deal with that just yet. And the 2 gateways did finish, so he has 3 gateways on the field. 3 warp gates, I should say. So the ability to produce a lot of units from those. And aLive, is he going to try to mold the timing push behind Stim? He's going to wait for Medivacs. He's adding on his second gas. That does imply he's going to go for Medivac play fairly soon, or drop an Engineering Bay and start an upgrade or two. But we'll see, man. Right now, Minigun going to try to engage these Marines in the middle of the map. You have to have a really good micro to be able to do this. And Minigun keeping his Stalkers alive, just trying to do some damage to those Marines.
Yeah, overall, I would say it's an even trade between both players. aLive did lose a few Marines, but Minigun is going to control that watchtower, and that is crucial because if aLive is going to go for any kind of aggression here, he is going to spot it. But Minigun going to move forward with the 3 Stalkers right now. It looks like he wants to be a little bit more aggressive. But man, Marines are going to be there just to.
Did you see how he put that at the top of the ramp? That's so smart.
Yeah.
So smart.
It's like right when the Stalkers come up, they don't really see anything. But yeah, the expansion of Minigun looks like there is going to be 2 gases added. Twilight Council, so he's going to go Robotics Facility and Twilight and a Forge. That's a lot of tech.
Yeah.
Robotics Facility, Twilight, and Forge. So he's going to upgrade in the Forge. He's going to get a upgrade from Twilight, and is going to possibly be producing off of the robotics facility. That's interesting.
I'm not terribly concerned about that. I mean, the robotics facility has been down there for a while, so only the Forge and the Twilight. It seems like a pretty standard transition. You know, he feels relatively safe. He has control of the watchtower. I love how he has this probe at the top of the map, by the way. He knows, based on the first 2 games, based on the first few games of this series, aLive loves those counterattack plays, so he has that probe there, making absolute sure he knows what's going on, and that's where aLive's going. He's going to the top side of the map with a lot of Marines and Marauders, probably going to push the watchtower at the bottom with some Marines as well. And we have +1 ground weapons and Blink on the way for Minigun. We'll have to see if he can hold off this aggression.
That's a lot of bio units from aLive.
Yeah, man.
10 Marauders, 20 Marines. That is a lot of Marines. But yeah, Minigun looks like he sees it. He is going to warp in more units. It looks like 3 additional gateways are just going to get finished here into warp gates. There we go. He's even going to chrono boost the gateways. He knows he needs as many units as possible to hold this off.
This is scary.
But aLive with a supply advantage, 92 supply to 78 of Minigun. Minigun warping in additional zealots, Stalkers.
Oh.
And that's a lot of Stalkers. I don't know if this is going to work in his favor. Stim is completed for aLive. aLive is going to move forward. I think maybe a few more zealots would have been helpful. In this army composition of Minigun. Blink is actually about 50% complete. Forces are going to go down. Stim is going to get revealed here by aLive. He's going to try to focus down the sentries. Very gas-heavy units. Almost takes out that sentry. Guardian Shield is going to help out, and Minigun, just the mere use of the force fields might actually be able to hold off here.
That was pretty decent control. Minigun, don't overextend, though. No reason to lose those zealots for free. Back up. Get some more units out on the field. Going to try to engage with all these Stalkers. Trying to target fire down those Marauders, but those Marauders doing so much damage to those Stalkers now. In fact, are these Marauders going to win this engagement? No. Nice target firing there from Minigun. Going to hold off this push, but at what cost? He lost a lot of units there, lost all of his sentries, has to rebuild those. Oh, it looks like he's just going to rely on pure Blink Stalker at this point in time. Also getting +1 ground weapons and a War Prism's on the way. So, what do you think about that trade? Do you think aLive or Minigun came out on top there?
I actually think Minigun, I'm going to say it was even, but I would say Minigun had a better use of his units than aLive did. aLive seemed like he just went in, he got force fielded off. Minigun was able to control his units better, a little bit better than aLive, and overall killing off the composition of aLive. But with that being said, aLive does have medevacs on the map right now, and he might actually be very aggressive now that he has medevacs.
Yeah, and Minigun also lost all his sentries there. Going to try to do some aggression with these Stalkers. He needs to do damage with these to make use of that Blink upgrade. Blinking forward, trying to target fire on those Marauders. Nice Blink there from Minigun. There is a task force at the north side of the map consisting of 2 Marauders and 2 Marines going to try to do some counterattack damage here. And Minigun just going right into the natural expansion. Marines and Marauders are poised to attack here, and I don't think Minigun should engage. He should just play harassment. Don't do a direct engagement. Just keep blinking away your weakened Stalkers and leave it at that. 2 Zealots and 3 Stalkers are going to be warped in here for Minigun to try to deflect this aggression. Again, targeting down that Marauder is so important and going to clean this up. So Minigun playing this decently. Another engagement here, trying to warp back, trying to blink back his weakened Stalkers. A Warp Prism needs to unphase and get out of there. But, aLive still has that supply lead, 102 to 81, and not the best engagements there for Minigun.
Yeah, and the thing is, aLive has a lot of Marauders, and he has Stim, and Marauders with Stim are pretty good against Blink Stalkers. And the fact that Minigun was able to reinforce with the Warp Prism was smart. He was able to go ahead and bring the units closer to the actual battle. But aLive held it off rather well, and he is going to take the third. The third is going to be up so much more sooner than Minigun's third, which is not even on the way yet. Looks like he's just going to try to establish that. But there is going to be, again, a little bit more aggression from Minigun. 99 supply to 113 of aLive. aLive is supply blocked. But yeah, I mean, Minigun, I don't know. He needs a third. He possibly needs a better composition rather than just going this very stalker heavy units. And aLive is just making more Marauders, which is going to be great against this.
I don't think Minigun should be really aggressive with this. He has a Dark Templar behind this. I think he's just trying to scare his opponent, perhaps. Force fielding off the ramp. Great decision there. A couple Stalkers from Minigun getting picked away. And takes out the third. That's such a big deal. And now Minigun's just going to back away. And the art of this is Dark Shrine is going down behind this. So while aLive is perhaps, you know, a little bit scared at this point, just trying to focus on defending this army, he doesn't necessarily know about the Dark Shrine tech that is incoming. And if Minigun can surprise his opponent, go straight after those mineral lines and just add-ons as well, he can really cripple the production and economy of his opponent.
Yeah, I completely agree. And aLive now is going to throw down the third yet again. And again, an engagement in the front. Those Stalkers are so vulnerable against the army composition of aLive. The Immortal might even go down because Immortals are pretty damn slow. But looks like he's actually going to be able to go home pretty safe. But with that being said, Minigun was trying to take a third, but he just didn't. He's still on 2 base. aLive looks like he is going to try to build the third command center yet again. But something that Minigun has for him is he does have that Dark Shrine, which is almost completed. It looks like it's just going to get completed.
Oh, no.
And let me just take a quick look at the upgrades. It looks like an advantage is going to be in the favor here of aLive with 1-1. And the Warp Prism is going to load up some DTs. Actually, not going to load up. Is he going to load up?
There's a drop in the main from aLive, dropping his entire army there, and you never want to let this happen. A scan going down, sniping away the DT, and how does Minigun deal with this? I don't think he has the composition to be able to, and the art of this is aLive can just lift off and get out of here, provided the Blink Stalkers don't foil that plan. Zealots and Immortal is trapped behind those Blink Stalkers, and aLive doing so much damage to this unit composition. He's going to have way too much, and I think this might be the end for Minigun.
Yeah, but at the same time, there was DTs in the natural. But yeah, aLive, you know, overall, just dropped in the main of Minigun, and Minigun didn't hold off. And with that being said, it looks like aLive is going to be the winner this week, going 4-1, I believe, over Complexity Minigun. So congratulations to aLive, man.
Yeah, very impressive play throughout that series. Minigun, he managed to take a game off of aLive. Perhaps a little bit of different decision-making here, a little bit of different decision-making there, and he would have had a better shot. But Minigun showing he's not to be ignored. He can still play close to aLive and, you know, give him a little bit of credit. I mean, he did lose 4-1, but he did fight hard and, you know, showed some unique strategies, showed some cool Warp Prism play, and that's what we love to see at the CSN All-Star Show match. Guys, we're going to go to a quick commercial break and be back with closing words. aLive is your victor of the show match, taking out Complexity Minigun 4-1. Don't go anywhere.